23-year-old Philadelphia man convicted and sentenced to life in prison after shooting and burning the body of his 20-year-old boyfriend in an attempt to keep his sexuality secret. You know they was going to find the body. They was going to find out you did it. And now everybody know you gay. So now I'm not going to be surprised if in the penal system you're going to be getting passed around for a while. You're going to be getting passed around till you're the big dog. And even when you're the big dog, you still might be the bottom. Because there's still going to be somebody there that's going to be able to handle you. You might just be taken up out of here.
We did, Sheba, and it was very emotional. But they do have some closure now that the man who shot and then burned the body of Nasir Johnson will spend the rest of his life in prison. The family also wanted to make clear that Nasir was murdered not only because he was gay, but also because his killer, who he was in a relationship with, could not accept his own sexual identity.
Sometimes I just force myself to go to sleep. My heart is so torn in so many pieces.
Since Nasir Johnson was killed in February of 2022, his family has been pleading and praying for justice.
I couldn't even see him. They wouldn't lay him no rest. I couldn't even see him.
The 20-year-old's body was found along this remote trail in Fairmount Park near Kelly Drive.
This body was the worst burned body I have ever seen.
Prosecutors say 23-year-old Kylan Pratt shot Johnson in the neck at his West Philly home.
Damn.
Wrapped his body in cloth, drove it to the park, and set him on fire. Pratt was found guilty of first-degree murder with a mandatory life sentence. Investigators also found disturbing searches on his cell phone, and he was found guilty of other charges, such as abuse of a corpse.
Makes no mistake about it, this was a hate crime.
Pratt was identified as a suspect after detectives received an anonymous tip that also led them to finding out the two men were in a romantic relationship.
Anonymous tip? Who the fuck called the tip? How long did you sit on that? How long did you sit on that information? These are some sick people. What the fuck? Like, so you was fucking the dude, got caught up, felt bad, and then killed him? Burned his body burned his body up. You know what I'm saying? Shot him in the neck, burned his body up. And then you did things to his corpse? Yo, you a sick dude. You a sick man.
We must recognize that this violence isn't random. It is a reflection of deeply rooted internal.
Wait a minute. Minister Sultan Hakeem Pitt's family member. Minister? Why the minister look gay? They had to find a gay minister for the gay situation. What the fuck? Bro, tell me this minister's not gay.
Relationship. We must recognize that this violence isn't random. It is a reflection of deeply rooted, internalized homophobia.
Gay. Gay as fuck. How you a gay and a minister? No. 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 Just no. Just no. No, that's a no. That's a negative, dude. Dude, that's like your minister being an alcoholic. Like, fam, your lifestyle is literally based around a sin. Get help. And here's the thing, like, I know this is gonna sound crazy, but hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out, y'all. Hear me out. I'm gonna finish the story. Hear me out. The thing with this that my issue with this minister, right? Right? If he is indeed gay, right? Because I could just be projecting, you know what I'm saying? Or like not projecting, but yeah, projecting my own thoughts and ideas, like, oh, I heard his voice, he sounds feminine, and the way he said, yeah, like this right here, like, bro, I can't be tripping. Like,
received an anonymous tip that also led them to finding out
how
the
he
two
said this.
men were in a romantic relationship. We must recognize that this violence isn't random. It is a reflection.
Random like that. Yeah, bro. That is. But like when you're talking about somebody, sorry, that now let me get serious. That is the shepherd of somebody's soul. Religion speaking, Christianity speaking, biblically speaking. Okay. You cannot be a minister and have a habitual lifestyle of sin. Being gay isn't necessarily like being attracted to men isn't necessarily the problem. The problem is acting on said desires. That is the problem. Like, let's be clear here. The problem isn't because the Bible doesn't say, oh, you can't look at a man and can't find him attractive. No, it doesn't say that. It says men, it says mankind can't lay with men and women can't lay with women. It says something to that effect. Something to that effect. Or whatever, right? When you're talking about that, right? Like it's the action. He's talking about laying in bed. He didn't say you can't look at him and go, yeah, yeah, that's a good looking individual. No. It's acting on said desire. It's laying in bed with them. It's actually the act of having sex is the problem. It's just like having a drink isn't the problem. Being a drunkard is a problem. That's what it says. It says you're not supposed to lie. Like lying is a problem. It is. It's a problem. You know what I'm saying? And different other things that are lifestyle based, like you can't have a lifestyle of it because your lifestyle should be of upholding biblical principles and upholding godly principles. Anyway, I'm gonna get off this minister and get back to the story. Jesus Christ.
Hate crime. Pratt was identified as a suspect after detectives received an anonymous tip that also led them to finding out the two men were in a romantic relationship. We must recognize that this violence isn't random. It is a reflection of deeply rooted internalized homophobia, queerphobia, and transphobia that impacts all of our communities. This is an individual who was killed because he was gay. And because the man who killed him did not want anyone to find out that he was in a relationship with him or that he had sex with other men. Johnson's family described the Chad High School graduate who was about to begin college as a person who everyone loved. They say his death is a result of families not accepting their children for who they are and urges others to unconditionally love how they did Nasir. He didn't deserve it. And for you to burn his body so we couldn't see him is no amount of forgiveness. And now the convicted killer will also have to work in prison to pay Nasir's family nearly $18,000 in restitution. I'm live at police headquarters. I'm Cheyenne Corinne, Fox 29 News. Back to you. You just feel.
Yeah, yeah. Man's a sicko. That man is a sicko. He's a sicko. That's a sick fucking man. That's a sick man. All right, that's a sick man. Okay. Whew, if you end up watching this on YouTube, subscribe for more crazy stories. Anywho, let's get to the next one. Let's get to the next one, y'all, because this is Jesus.